Um, I wasn't gonna make this video, but just some comments have been bothering me, but no one in particular. But I just noticed that I tend to get these comments from usually the same people. Sometimes, well, I guess rarely new people, but usually the usual suspects. I get these comments, and I'm not really sure how to react to them. Supposedly I think it's 4 people, 1 in 5, something like that, suffer from a mental illness or some mental disorder, or whatever you want to call it. Does this include you knowing someone who takes antidepressants? I mean, antidepressants are meant to treat and alleviate depression, are they not? So before you go thinking that's normal and whatever is wrong with me is not normal or too different, if you want to call it that, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's a treatment. Like, I can say this a million times, it's a treatment. It's not a cure. Again, I'll say this again. We know so little about the human brain that we're now in decades, possibly centuries, to a cure for anything psychiatrically related. I don't know. I don't understand why people don't get that. I don't understand why the people they know personally, whether it be a family member or a close friend, who do suffer from something, should be treated with as much respect as me, for example. I mean, we're all just people here. But anyway, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but one of the comments I have made to me several times is when I'm asked why don't I get a full-time job and just stop collecting disability, in terms of entry-level jobs, what are these entry-level jobs that you can easily get hired for and get insurance and health insurance and benefits right away on day one? I mean, like, are these jobs being handed out for free? I mean, like, you just go apply and you get the job? I mean, wow, I didn't realize it was not a dog-eat-dog world, but whatever. What do I know? So a question or a comment rather, that I do get asked is, so Tony, actually, someone made this unique comment recently that they were referring to the election and how if universal healthcare, like in Canada, is brought to America, am I gonna get a full-time job because I'll have benefits? And like, I understand that question isn't meant to be offensive, but knowing the person who asked me that, it sounds very offensive. Because again, I have multiple this stereotype to people who collect disability or people on welfare in general are lazy. Well, fuck you. I mean, I don't know how to make any clearer than that, because I just thought I'd share something. I was just gonna share this. I thought about it many times, but I thought I'd share this. This is a performance review when I was hired in August 2019, and it was up to the period of November 2019. So that's my first 4 months on the 3 months. First 3 months on the job, and because I was hired at a certain period, that just became my my partial performance review, but that makes it all the more interesting. So not really gonna reveal where I work, but let's just read this performance review here real quick. So this is a per diem job. It's not full time. Even if it was full time, I don't think I would get benefits right away instead of working for a year or whatever time period. And you do realize that in that time period you're working with no health insurance. You have to pay for all of this out of your pocket. And raise your hand if you know how much psychotropic medications cost without insurance. You know why you don't? Because you're not paying for them. Or either you know someone who is paying for them and you just didn't happen to ask them. Anyway, let's get to this performance review. Let's analyze this for a second. Okay, so this is from my supervisor. Obviously, I'm not going to mention her name or anything else. My position is just I process intakes. That's what I do. And by process, I don't mean Joel Embiid, the 76ers, Ben Simmons. I don't mean that. The process I mean is I just get them through paperwork and get them who they need to see. And, I don't know, sometimes I like to provide a little humanity in my my questioning and whatnot. But anyway, without further ado, over the past 3 months, Tony has shown himself to be a reliable team player. He is punctual, as he always arrives to work on time. His communication with the front desk staff is strong. He faithfully calls in daily to find out if he has any intakes for the following day. If he needs to make a change to his schedule, he's always sure to communicate that to the front desk staff. He has become proficient with the completion of the intake forms and the utilization of the intake tablets, like Windows tablets, iPads, etc. Tony interacts well with the clients and his coworkers, and he is always willing to volunteer to cover in the event of short staffage or staff shortage. He is very receptive to counsel and willing to make any necessary changes if it is determined that a change should be made to the workflow. Tony is a great fit for this position. So wait. So something interesting just happened that I was saying. Isn't it amazing how good a job you can do when you actually care about the job? Anyway, can you say the same about your job? Just wondering. I mean, if your job involved minimum wage, less of what you make right now, would you still do it? Interesting. Okay. Anyway, I used to work at in the garage sort of place, and it was the Walmart Tire and Lube Express. If I was to go back there, it would take more than minimum wage for me to go back there. But anyway, I didn't particularly care about that job, but the only thing I cared about was proving that I worked a lot harder and better than some of my other coworkers who I, semi got along with. But I didn't really have anything to prove. I just wanted to show where my bar was at. In the first less than 6 months that I started working, a secret shopper came into the garage, the Walmart Tire and Lube Express, and the secret shopper was, because I was a service writer, I was the first person she talked to, and she was actually grading me as I was doing my whole spiel, and on a score ranging from 0 to 100, 100 being a perfect score, I got a 96, I believe, and it was documented, and the only other 2 scores higher than mine in that position in the Tire and Lube Express history at the time in that department was 2 other scores in home office, as in Arkansas, where Walmart was created. There were 2 people who had a higher score than me at that time in Bumblefuck, Milford, Connecticut. And because of that score, here's the funny part. I got the entire store in Milford, Connecticut, in that Walmart, a pizza party. I didn't ask for anything. I mean, when the time for raises came around, I got the maximum raise, but again, that's like pennies. So at that point, it was like I'd already proven myself. So the main thing behind that was, if I fuck up, I need to know, I thought I knew what I was doing, and that I've proven myself. So if I fuck up, I think I deserve a second chance after everything I did for the store, putting them on the fucking map in terms of retail, Walmart retail, sure. So that's all I really have to say. Is just, I mean, hey, what I know, I'm lazy. I collect disability, whatever. I swear to fucking God, if someone calls me lazy again, oh my God, there are so many people that I wish I could cut out of my life, and after doing so, everything would be okay. I just don't get it. I mean, I shouldn't have to prove myself to anyone. It's just that when people hear the words, like the prefix schizo, when they hear the words hallucinations, like all these red flags and alarms start sounding and waving. I got that backwards, but you understand what I mean, respectively. And it's just like, I shouldn't have to say or make a statement like, you're not me. I don't expect you to understand. But when you start questioning my character, it's like, this is like, how well do you think you know me? Do you think you know me well enough that I wouldn't cut the cord right away? Or, pull back and just take you out of my life? Just a lot of these things been bothering me lately. I mean, probably because, I work where I do work, and you see a very misunderstood and yet understood side of society that a lot of people don't see. And I'm not asking for acceptance. I'm not asking for approval. I'm just asking to be treated with respect, like I thought everyone else wanted to be. I just don't get it.